Hello, and welcome back to the land of the seven suns with me, Fishy Plantman, as your host. Alright, I ask that you forgive me. The tank is a little bit of a mess. All of my tanks are a little bit of a mess because I have been under the weather for the last couple of 3 days, and I noticed I needed maintenance as I was getting sick. So I thought, well, it's just a little bit of extra algae. I can let it go, give the tanks a good test and everything when I'm feeling better. It will be fine. And you can probably still hear it in my voice a bit. Yeah. It was not fun. As a matter of fact, it felt a little bit like the pandemic that's, you know, we found out about the last few years. Yeah. But I don't know. I didn't test for it. I really didn't see the point. Last time I did test for it, and they said, yep, you're right. Now go home and treat it like it's the flu. Come back if it gets serious. Okay? So that's what I did this time. I treated it like a cold or the flu, and it seems to be going away, so there you go. That's the beginning, the middle, and the end of it. But yeah, I didn't do much of anything for the last little bit. So maybe tomorrow I'll, top off the tanks, test, make sure that everything's okay, and go from there. But as a kind of an update on what's going on, the fish are obviously doing fantastic. The plant definitely seems to be growing, and I'm thinking if I'm gonna put snails in the tank, I'm probably, probably good to do so just about any time now. I don't know. Time will tell if I actually put snails in the tank or just continue with a little extra manual labor. I don't think I'm going to turn the lights up to increase the labor. If anything, I might try turning them down a bit more. If I remember correctly, at least on this tank, it's the only one with the Fluval 3.0. I might, turn the percentage down a little bit more. Kind of dial it into as least work as possible. Least work as possible. I'll go with it. Or maybe I'll just leave it alone and not mess with what is working. I don't get sick every weekend, so if it's working, maybe I'll just leave it alone. So yeah, this one, the plant seems to be adjusting fine. Yeah, those other leaves that need to just die off, but the new ones coming in, I'm pretty certain now that these taller leaves with the big stems are, not submersed leaves. They were grown immersed, and you can really see a difference there. So the ones with the long stems just need to die off already. But I'll let it do its thing. They are doing good, and I will move on. Okay, here we are at the African tank, which needs a gravel vac, something terrible. But I don't want it to get too clean because of baby fish there. I just give him a pretty good spook. But I think most of his diet is still coming off of the mulm in the tank. Or other words, all this nastiness in the gravel. I think that's where most of, well, technically still looks like a she. And will, even if a male, will look like a female for quite some time. There are potentially several inches before they start showing the male color, which would be, yeah, that's mostly the back panel, but the male coloration would be, there we go. That's a big male. Actually, that's a massive male. So, yeah. But the little guy's doing good. And I'm hesitant to do too much cleaning until he starts actually eating fish food that I can verify as him eating, the actual fish food I put in. But there he is. He's getting big enough now that I can film him without it being like a guaranteed spook. And I did spook him once, but yeah, there we go. With the, I guess we'll just go with she for now. I know I was saying he, but we'll just go with she until we get some male coloration. How about that? Her mother, on the other hand, which the boss fish is too much of a jerk, but the mother is looking quite pale. The other female actually looks pretty good. And the other male is rather pale because of the boss fish being such a bully. But what can I do? This seems to be a, well, I don't know about a working breeding tank with only one baby to show for it, but yeah. Everybody's living. Since the last one, nobody's been killed, so things are working, at least for now. Really hope this doesn't prove to be a male. So yeah, there's another reason to go with female. We want it to be a female. Okay, and if you're interested, well, I guess it is time to say goodbye, isn't it? There he is. She. I gotta go with she. I don't want to jinx it. I do not want to jinx that fish into being a male. Stay a female. Alright. If you're interested in the Thanksgiving cactus, that's where I'm going next. Okay. I know I said I was going to the Thanksgiving cactuses next, but the little dog is getting old. You mind looking at the camera there, little girl? Hey. Yeah, there. There she is. Oh, a side view? Now you're going to be a camera diva? Yeah, she's starting to get old. And I know I'm going to miss her. And I'm going to regret it if I don't get some films, some videos, some photos. Something to remember her by. Because she's, I would say, at least 10. I don't keep real close track of my animal's age, but yeah, I would say she's at least 10. Gonna miss her. So, okay, there's a little bit of footage of the old girl that has nothing to do with anything. but I love her. Okay, now to the other, or to the plants. Not the other plants. I haven't done plants yet. Okay, yeah. I had to take a moment there, and I probably should have taken a little bit longer of a moment. But rather than starting up the emotions again, I'll just keep moving on. This is the Thanksgiving cactuses. And I did do off camera, because what seemed like a perfect time was not a filming day, and it's just easier to do the pollination with, two hands rather than trying to hold the camera with one. Especially with, a new tactic. I didn't just do it with my finger. I figured that, all the attempts with the finger, maybe the, pollen directly onto the skin was maybe part of the problem. But I don't think the, I guess Q-tips, for cleaning your ears. I don't think that was much better of an idea. Might have even been a worse idea. I think I need, either I don't like that idea either. I don't even think I'm going to try that one a second time. I think I might try the toothpick method next. But anyway, I tried pollinating this yellow one to this red one, which is going over. So, if the pollen took, well, maybe I'll use the method again. But if not, I'll probably move on to something else. Like I say, probably a toothpick or something. I just think all the fibers in the cotton of the Q-tip just hung on to all the pollen. But I did try it, and I did try a different technique. Although, like I say, I think it's just as bad, if not a worse technique. But we'll get it out of the way and try it at least once. I like trying just about any idea I come up with at least once. And there's a couple more flowers back there. Yep, with that dirty, ugly, dirty catch tray. Alright. Those are the Thanksgiving in the white one. Yep, it's pretty much gone over. Along with the other yellow one. So yeah. That's that project update. And before my throat gets sore again, because I can feel it coming back a little bit, I think I will let you go and get a cough drop. Talk to you next time.